Wanted to share with you guys a very quick story from last night, and this relates to the stay-at-home dad, the daddy daycare. And one of the beautiful things was last night, we had a public holiday here in Brisbane yesterday. My wife's, a couple of my wife's girlfriends came over, and due to they all work in the hospital system, COVID, everything else, we really haven't caught up since our amazing son has been born. And so we caught up last night, and they came over in the afternoon to spend some time with us, which was beautiful. But one of the comments, the two ladies made a comment at the end of the day, and one of the things that they said to us was just how beautiful both my wife and I work together as a team. It's effortless, it's easy between us raising our son, certainly spending the afternoon with us and watching how we're interacting with him. And he is by no feet easy to raise. It is not easy to spend time with him. But I wanted to give you some quick tips about why it comes across as being quite easy and effortless with us, because in essence it is actually easy, even though it's a lot of work. But the couple of key points that have defined our relationship and how things appear to other people, and one of the first things is that we've had some of the most deep and meaningful conversations very early on in our relationship. These deep and meaningful conversations in our relationship evolve around honesty and how we're going to raise our family. What are the boundaries? What are the lines? What's acceptable, what's not acceptable. So we are very clear with each other from day dot about these things. Now, if you're in a relationship, you've got kids of your own, it's never too late to have these conversations, because often, and working with men, with the authentic man, they don't have these conversations with men. They're not clear on it. It's almost like you're leaving it open to the abyss to guess what the other person's doing. And you can't do this. You need to be very clear. So some of the very early on conversations that we had was around negotiating traffic on an intersection that never has traffic. One of the earliest conversations that we had, like what was a deal breaker for my wife, was the conversation around how we were going to raise our son, and around like going to church. For my wife, that's really important. For me, not so much. Very much not, actually. However, we had some very meaningful conversations, because for her that's really important. Now, my wife is very important, so the conversation evolves around how we're going to make that work, because she wants to raise Cooper within the church environment. We had those very early conversations about how that could look and how that can work for both of us in order for both of us to win and succeed at this. Other conversations we have is around the boundaries that we set for our son. We both consistently live on those boundaries. We consistently, it doesn't matter who's looking after him, he has the same boundaries, which is the second point that I want to raise with you, is that he, irrespective of who's looking after him, he knows his boundaries, he knows his rules, he knows where things stand. And it doesn't matter who's looking after him, he gets the same treatment, he gets the same boundaries, and if he tries to push past them, they're stopped. He's literally stopped, and the appropriate thing that however he's going to be managed for that, we've discussed in previous, and he's executed on that. Like it's done. Like, no questions asked. That's what the outcome will be if he chooses to not behave, chooses to misbehave. We're consistent with that. And so when we're with other people, it doesn't matter who's with him, or if one of us is talking to someone, the other person just does it. Because we're very clear on it, it's not inconsistent. And for Cooper, he just knows that he's obviously tried to play each of us off on each other multiple times, but we consistently deliver the same outcome to him. And as a result, we don't have so much problem with him, because he seems like he's very well behaved, because he understands that it doesn't matter which parent it is, I'm going to end up with the same outcome. The same rules, the same boundaries are in place for me as a child at this age. So those are a couple of the quick tips that I just wanted to touch on, because I think that they're really important, yet they're things that when I'm coaching and working with men in relationships that I also discuss with them, and they haven't had these real meaning conversations. They've had very superficial conversations, very surface conversations. You've really got to dig deep into those conversations so that you're very clear. You've got clarity, absolute clarity, and then both of you live consistently aligned with that, and that is then shown to your kids. It's shown to how easy things look because you're working synergistically with each other towards the outcome that you've discussed. I hope that's really clear for you guys today, because it's a really big topic. It's a really big point, couple of points there. These are conversations and topics for which, if you execute, you work hard, you do well on them, it will make your life easier. It will make how things appear to others look so much easier, because there's not that friction. It's not resistance against each other, because you both are on the same page. You're both working towards that same goal. All right, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts below. Comment if you agree or if you disagree. I'd love to hear your comments. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.